before us today is the Department of Neighborhood Development.
Thank you, Commissioner Mamoli. Today we're beginning with the Department of Neighborhood Development. There are 13 votes being presented. Vote number 1 begins with Bernard Mayo. Bernard is a project manager with the Real Estate Management and Sales Division of the Department of Neighborhood Development. This vote request concerns a conveyance to Urban Edge Housing Corporation, vacant land located at Ritchie Street in Roxbury, Mass. The purchase price is $100. Bernard, if you'd present your vote request, please.
Good morning.
Morning.
This parcel is located near the intersection of Columbus Avenue and Ritchie Street in Roxbury. This parcel, combined with Urban Edge's surrounding parcels, will be the home of the new Jackson Square Recreational Center. The center will have an ice skating rink on the first floor, a turf field on the next level, and also provide space for educational programs and community events. At the February 17th, 2017 PFC, the lot was transferred from Public Works Department to D&D. The surplus order request was made on March 8th, 2017, and approved by the City Council on April 12th and by the Mayor on April 19th. Community notification was done during May 2017. The RP was issued June 19th, 2017. The RP was advertised in the Central Register on June 21st and in the Boston Herald on June 19th and June 26th. Urban Edge was tentatively designated on November 15th, 2017. City record ads appeared on December 4th and December 11th. I've also included 2 handouts. This is the site map, and there's a photo of the site, current photo. If this vote request is approved, it will result in the following public benefits: generate revenue for the City of Boston by returning the parcel to the tax rolls, create a self-welcoming environment for the youth in that area, meet the demand for more recreational opportunities for youth in that area, and provide a venue for educational programs and community events for neighborhood residents.
I just want to compliment your team and so forth. I think it's great how we're getting a lot of these projects out. Voted the tentative designation in November. It's snowstorm aside. Actually getting this project out, I think it's a great job, and keep up the good work on this.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote number 1 is approved. Vote number 2 is also being presented by Bernard Mayo. Vote number 2 concerns a tentative developer designation intent to sell to Yasmi Mananovo, vacant land located at 2 Woodrow Avenue, 4 to 6 Woodrow Avenue, and 145 to 149 Norfolk Street in Dorchester. The purchase price in total is $15,000. Bernard, if you present your vote, please.
These 3 parcels are located at the corner of Woodrow Ave and Norfolk Street. Ms. Manavogla currently owns and operates Stalex Restaurant and Pizza across the street from the City of Boston property. She would like to combine the 3 City of Boston parcels with the land she owns at 141 Norfolk Street and move a restaurant to this site, and also create 4 affordable units. D&D conducted extensive public process, which resulted in this vote request. Community meeting was held in November 2016. The RP was issued on December 27, 2016, with the deadline of February 21st, 2017. The RP was advertised in the Central Register December 28th, 2016, and in the Herald December 26th and January 1st. Ms. Manavogla was the only applicant, and she met our eligibility criteria. Based on the feedback from the community and the selection team's review of the proposal, we'd like to recommend the tentative designation of Yasime Manavogla. Is the handouts, is the map, and the site. Yeah, go to the next one. This is the site. If this vote is approved, 3 parcels of unutilized land will be revitalized. 4 new affordable rental units will be created. The project will also create more than 8,000 construction hours, which will generate jobs in the building trades. And the project will allow a popular Boston-based restaurant, Stalix Pizza and Restaurant, to remain in the neighborhood. That's any questions?
Yeah, I just have a quick question. So I know the affordable units are going to be restricted at 100% of the area median income. How is that monitored, just in general? Because I know it's restricted for 50 years, but how do we?
Yeah, let me see if I can answer that. So, anytime we dispose of land or give funding for affordable housing projects, we put a deed restriction on the property, and then every year we're getting rent rolls and tenant information in our compliance unit. So we actually, every single year we'll be monitoring who goes in, who's living there.
Thank you. I make a motion that we approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote number 2 is approved. Vote number 3 is being presented by James Smith. He's a Senior Environmental Compliance Manager with D&D. This concerns a transfer of vacant land located at an unnumbered parcel on Leo Birmingham Parkway in Brighton from the Public Works Department to the Department of Neighborhood Development. Again, the vote request is a property transfer between city departments, with the property remaining in ownership under the municipal corporation name of the City of Boston. Jamie, if you'd present your vote request, please.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here to request PFC approval for the transfer of this unnumbered 14,332 square foot parcel located between Leo and Birmingham Parkway and Soldiers Field Road in Brighton to the care, custody, and control of D&D from the Public Works Department. The Public Works Department does not have a current or anticipated future use for the parcel and has requested transfer to D&D. And if PFC approves this vote request, D&D will assume responsibility for the parcel and plan for future disposition. I've provided 2 handouts, one the assessor's map showing the parcel boundaries, and the second is the aerial photograph showing the parcel in context with the surrounding area. Here to answer any questions you might have.
I assume it was just a former roadway right-of-way that's being transferred?
Yes, it's just forested vacant land.
Paper street that never happened. No questions.
I make a motion that we approve vote number 3.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote number 3 is approved. Vote number 4 is again presented by James Smith, Senior Environmental Compliance Manager with D&D. This is a tentative developer designation and intent to sell to Harry Ross Finkel, trustee of the Finkel Family Realty Trust. This concerns vacant land located at an unnumbered parcel on Washington Street in Roxbury. The purchase price is $2,500. Jamie, if you'd present your vote request, please.
Thank you. Yes, I'm here to request the PFC approval for the tentative developer designation for Finkel Family Realty Trust of the parcel identified in the vote package in the Roxbury neighborhood. D&D conducted a public process that resulted in this vote request, including mailing community notification letters to property owners in the vicinity of the site and relevant elected officials on October 17th, 2017. Notifying the public of D&D's intent to offer the parcel for sale. Request for proposals was issued on November 13, 2017, and advertised in the State Central Register and Boston Herald. One applicant responded to the RFP and was determined to meet the eligibility criteria. And based on D&D's review of the eligible application against the evaluation criteria, we recommend the tentative developer designation of Finkel Family Realty Trust, who's in a abutter, and offer the full appraised value for the parcel. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and this request, and I've provided 2 handouts. For the first is the assessor's map showing the parcel, which is just the narrow sliver there in the darker blue, and the second is an aerial photo showing where the parcel is located. It's basically a party wall between 2 buildings. In summary, if the PFC approves this request, it will result in the public benefits revenue to the city, $2,500, providing more appropriate steward for the site and removing the parcel from the city's inventory and the associated costs and liabilities. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Again, congratulations for taking a site that's been in the inventory for 22 years and getting rid of it.
Thank you. Make a motion that we approve vote number 4.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. Vote number 4 is hereby approved.
Good morning. My
Vote
name's
number 5
Oh, sorry.
is with Jordan Desi. She's a project manager in the Real Estate Management and Sales Division of D&D. This vote request concerns a tentative developer designation and intent to sell to We Grow Microgreens LLC. The property concerns vacant land located at 7 unnumbered parcels on Manila Avenue in Hyde Park, Massachusetts. The purchase price in total for these parcels is $700. Jordan, if you'd present your vote request, please.
Sure. I'm here requesting PFC approval for the tentative developer designation of We Grow Microgreens LLC for the parcels identified in the vote package in the Hyde Park section of Boston. D&D conducted an extensive public process that resulted in this vote request. 2 community meetings were held to discuss the development of the parcels, where residents provided input and supported development as open space. A request for proposals was issued on September 11th, 2017, and advertised in the State Central Register and the Boston Herald. 1 development team applied to the RFP and was determined to meet the eligibility criteria. And based on community feedback and D&D review of the application against the RFP evaluation criteria, we recommend the tentative developer designation of We Grow Microgreens LLC. In particular, We Grow Microgreens proposal permanently preserves the parcels as agricultural open space and brings a local small business to the Hyde Park neighborhood, which will provide fresh local produce and opportunities for residents to learn about urban agriculture and local food production through on-site programming. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and PFC vote request. I have also provided 4 handouts related to this vote request, which are displayed on the screen. The first is the aerial map of the 7 parcels. If you could go to the second, it is a Google Street View shot of the parcels that show how densely wooded the area is currently. And the third is, the third image is a site plan rendering of the proposed development. And the 4th is a street level rendering of the proposed development. If you could go to the next one. Oh, nope, okay, so the 4th didn't make it in there. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits. This proposed development will transform just over 35,000 square feet of vacant land into an active urban agricultural site with a greenhouse at the center of the project. In addition, the city will avoid approximately $3,000 in annual maintenance costs, and by returning these parcels to the tax rolls, the city can expect to recoup approximately $2,500 annually in property tax revenue. We are confident We Grow Microgreens will be a great neighbor and benefit to the community, and I'm here to answer any questions you might have. Thank you.
Yeah, no questions, just congratulations again on projects like this, and also for the work you're doing in gaining community input. I make a motion that we approve vote number 5.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Thank you. Vote number 5 is approved. Vote number 6 is being presented by Donald Wright, Deputy Director with the Department of Neighborhood Development. Vote number 6 is a request concerning a tentative developer designation intent to sell to Harvard Street Neighborhood Health Center Incorporated, land with building located at 8 Old Road and 14 Ellington Street in Dorchester. The purchase price is $648,000. Donald, if you'd present the vote request, please.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
My name is Donald Wright. I'm the Deputy Director of Real Estate Management and Sales in the Department of Neighborhood Development. I'm here presenting on behalf of Neralise Jonas, who is the current project manager. I'm here requesting PFC approval for the tentative developer designation of Harvard Street Neighborhood Health Center for the parcels identified in the vote package in the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston. D&D conducted an extensive public process that resulted in the vote request. A community meeting was held in March of 2016 to discuss the potential development of the parcels prior to issuing the RFP. A request for proposal was issued on July 18, 2016, and advertised in the State Central Register as well as the Boston Herald Metro. 2 development teams applied to the RFP, and both were determined to meet eligibility criteria. Both teams presented at a community meeting their development projects. Based on the community feedback and D&D review of the applications against the RFP evaluation criteria, D&D recommends the tentative developer designation to Harvard Street Neighborhood Health Center. Harvard Street Neighborhood Health Center proposes to construct a new state-of-the-art 41,000 square foot health center that will replace its current facility across the street. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and PFC vote requests. I have also provided 3 handouts related to the vote requests, which are displayed on the screen. The first being a site map. The next is current site conditions. And the third is the rendering. Yes, there we are. Please note that the assessed value of both parcels in FY18 was $458,500. In summary, if the PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following community public benefits. In addition to $648,000 of revenue generated by the sale of these parcels, the city will avoid an average of $17,000 in annual maintenance. The new state-of-the-art health center will create additional jobs, serve as a community destination where various grassroots and community organizations can hold meetings, and promote access to critically needed health and human services. I'm here to answer any questions you have. Thank you.
I noticed that their offer price includes less any environmental remediation costs, which is standard, but is there any idea if there's, looking at it's a residential site previously, so I assume there's no expectation of any major environmental remediation?
We're not aware of any, but there was this is an old gas station site,
Okay.
so I'm looking to Donald or Jamie. Has there been any remediation?
We've done some. We're looking into it again to take on whatever we can right now.
Just a quick clarification question. And there was a community meeting in March 2016.
Yes.
Then there was a meeting where respondents
Yes, the
offered
developer
proposal.
presentation.
Was that a different meeting from 2006?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Thanks. I make a motion that we approve vote number 6.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vote number 6 is approved. Vote number 7 is presented by Christopher Rooney. He's a Housing Development Officer with the Real Estate Management and Sales Division of D&D. This vote request concerns a conveyance to Habitat for Humanity, Greater Boston, Inc., land with building located at 172 Fairmont Street in Dorchester. The purchase price is $5,000. Chris, if you'd present your vote request, please.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
I'm here requesting PFC approval for the conveyance to Habitat for Humanity Greater Boston, Inc. for the parcel identified in the vote package in the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston. D&D conducted a public process that resulted in the vote request. A community notification letter was issued on December 30th, 2016 to inform neighborhood residents of the intent to issue a request for proposals for the redevelopment of the site. A request for proposals was issued on February 21st, 2017, and advertised in the State Central Register and Boston Herald. 4 development teams applied to the RFP, and all 4 were determined to meet eligibility criteria. Based on D&D review of all eligible applications against the RFP evaluation criteria, we recommended the tentative developer designation of Habitat for Humanity Greater Boston, Inc. In particular, Habitat for Humanity was the only developer to propose 2 homeownership units. Also, they are selling the units at deeper affordability level than the other applicants. On November 15th, 2017, the PFC approved the tentative developed designation of Habitat for Humanity Greater Boston, Inc. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and PFC vote request. I've also provided 2 handouts related to this vote request, which are displayed on the screen. The first is a site map, and the second is a current image of the site. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits: the creation of 2 affordable residential homeownership units to be sold to income-eligible households up to 80% of the area median income, the revitalization of a dilapidated 2-family building which has been vacant for over 10 years and in the city's inventory for the past 2 years. The project is expected to create over 4,000 construction hours, which will generate jobs among the building trades. The sale of this parcel can also be expected to yield long-term financial benefits for the city. By removing the parcel from the D&D's inventory, the city will avoid future costs and liabilities associated with maintaining this property. In addition, by returning this property to the tax rolls, the city can expect to recoup approximately $3,000 in annual property tax revenue, and I'm here to answer any questions.
Thanks. No questions. Thank you. I would make a motion that we approve vote number 7.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote number 7 is approved. Commissioners, I just make a note that vote 8 and 9 are being presented by Christine O'Keefe, who's a Senior Development Officer with the Neighborhood Housing Development Division of D&D. I ask that there be a separate roll call for both vote 8 and vote 9, but with a request that Christine is able to present the overall process, since there's similarity between votes 8 and 9, to the commission. Is that agreeable with you?
Yes.
Thank you. I'll read out vote number 8. Vote number 8 concerns a conveyance to Magnolia Woodford Ceylon Joint Venture LLC. This is vacant land located at 98 Magnolia Street, 100 Magnolia Street, 164 Magnolia Street, 170 Magnolia Street, and 7 through 9 Ceylon Street, Dorchester, Massachusetts. The purchase price in total is $36,129. Vote number 9 concerns a conveyance to Magnolia Woodford Ceylon Joint Venture LLC with vacant land located at 4 Shamblet Street, 7 Half Moon Street, an unnumbered parcel on Magnolia Street, 21 Magnolia Street, 23 Magnolia Street, and 8 Woodford Street in Dorchester. The purchase price in total for those parcels is $38,861. Again, I'm going to ask Christine to present her vote requests for 8 and 9. These are both conveyances. Christine.
Thank you. Good morning. As Angela mentioned, my name is Christine O'Keefe, and I'm a Senior Development Officer in the Neighborhood Housing Division here at the Department of Neighborhood Development. On behalf of the department, I'm here requesting PFC approval for the conveyance of the parcels referenced in the vote to Magnolia Woodford Ceylon Joint Ventures LLC, as outlined in the project background memo. The joint venture is comprised of KNG, who is a development team with several years of housing experience, and Dudley Neighbors, Inc., the first community land trust in the city of Boston. I've also provided a few handouts that include site maps, images of the current sites, and renderings of the proposed developments. These will be projected on the screen as I speak, as there's so many of them. D&D conducted an extensive community process that started in June of 2015, where we identified 17 vacant city-owned parcels along Magnolia and the surrounding streets from Dudley to Quincy Street. Working with the community, we went site by site and identified what the best use was for each parcel. I feel that we came up with a very comprehensive process that the community is quite happy with. Not only did we find housing, but there was a community garden and an urban farm, and you'll see those proposals come before you in the future. D&D packaged the parcels into clusters in order to entice smaller developers to apply for the RFPs. On May 31st, 2016, we issued the request for proposals. We received 3 responses for each application, and based on D&D's review of all eligible applications against the RFP, we recommended Magnolia Woodford Ceylon Joint Ventures LLC. We found the project to be financially feasible and provided long-term affordability under a community-wide land trust. On September 22nd, 2017, PFC approved the tentative designation. Since that time, the developer has applied to ISD for a rejection. They have started their zoning process, and we're hoping for an April zoning date with the construction start and closing soon after. In summary, if PFC approves today's vote request, It will result in the following public benefits: 16 new units of housing, 12 of which will be affordable, create 12 home ownership opportunities with the mix of incomes and 4 affordable rental opportunities. We'll revitalize 11 underutilized vacant city-owned parcels that have been in our inventory dating back to the 1990s. We expect to create over 22,000 construction hours in many different job trades. We'll save over $13,000 in maintenance costs to the city annually, and will generate an additional $46,000 in tax revenues. Thank you for your consideration, and I'm here to answer any questions if you have them.
Questions? A great project. Congratulations again. I make a motion that we approve vote number 8.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Vote number 8 is approved, and a roll call for vote number 9.
Make a motion that we approve vote number 9.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote number 9 is approved.
Thank you.
Vote number 10 is being presented by Kelly Shea, Senior Development Officer with the Neighborhood Housing Development Division of D&D. This vote request concerns a conveyance to Cody Village Limited Partnership, vacant land located at 820 Cummins Highway, an unnumbered parcel on Cummins Highway, 30 to 32 Regis Road, and an unnumbered parcel on Regis Road. These properties are located in Mattapan. The purchase price in total is $400. Kelly, if you'd present the vote request, please.
Good morning. Thank you very much. As Angela indicated, my name is Kelly Shea. I'm a Senior Development Officer in Neighborhood Housing Development in D&D. I'm presenting 3 votes today. All 3 projects were originally assigned to Tom McKay, Development Officer in my group. Tom is no longer at the Department of Neighborhood Development. He's moved to Transportation Department to continue his good work with the city. So for vote number 10, I'm here requesting from PFC approval for the conveyance of 4 city-owned parcels, as Angela previously mentioned, unnumbered, 820 on Cummings and 3032 and unnumbered on Regis, to Cody Village Limited Partnership. D&D conducted an extensive public process that resulted in the vote request. 5 community meetings were held to discuss the development of the parcels, all sponsored by D&D and the BPDA. 2 of those included a community-based impact advisory committee from the neighborhood. Our request for proposals for this project was issued on May of 2014, and 4 development teams responded. Of those 4, 3 were determined to have met eligibility. All 3 attended a community meeting and presented their proposals to the neighbors in the community. Public Facilities Commission had last granted approval for tentative designation of these parcels with extensions on May of 2017 to Cody Village Limited Partnership, which was created by the joint venture between the Caribbean Integration Community Development and the Planning Office for Urban Affairs. This again is a request of a conveyance vote for the project. If it is approved, it can move forward to closing. I did include some handouts. Right there is a map of the parcels. This is the existing streetscape, and you can see that they've imposed what the new project will look like. So there's the top photo right there is a photo of the existing property. It's been vacant for, one parcel's been vacant for 18 and the other's been vacant for 25 years. And the bottom there is a rendering of what the new building will potentially look like. And this is another view when developed. Okay, thanks, Dan. So in summary, if PFC approves this vote request, it will result in the public benefit of the creation of 76 new housing units in Mattapan, 68 of which will be affordable with a deed restriction in perpetuity. The sale of the 4 parcels can also yield long-term financial benefit to the city as well. The city can avoid additional future costs and liabilities associated with the maintenance of the parcels, and in addition, it will be able to recoup an additional $37,400 in annual tax revenue. This project will also create 116,802 construction hours amongst the building trades. Thank you, and I'm here to answer any questions.
again, congratulations. It's been a long history on this site, and to see it finally go, I think
Yeah.
is great.
And I just want to thank you for your patience on this project. We had to go to the state multiple times for the funding necessary, so it has been designated for quite some time, so thank you.
Hey, congratulations again. This is a great day for Mattapan and for the city of Boston. I too reflect back to my days with inspectional services and, received many complaints about this property over the years. So happy to be a part of moving this forward, and I make a motion that we approve vote number 10.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Vote number 10 is approved. Vote number 11 is presented by Kelly Shea. This is an amendment to the vote of February 17th, 2017 to extend the tentative designation and intent to sell period from 12 to 36 months to a nominee comprised of principals from the Caribbean Integration Community Development Incorporate and Planning Office for Urban Affairs Incorporate. The property concerns vacant land at 872 Morton Street and an unnumbered parcel on Hopkins Street in Mattapan. This is a time extension request. Kelly, if you'd present the vote request, please.
Thank you, Angela. I'm requesting a tentative developer extension from 12 months to 36 months for this project to the Caribbean Integrated Community Development and the Planning Office for Urban Affairs, another joint venture. PFC originally tentatively designated this development team in February of 2017. The project is outlined in detail in the memo. It contains 38 units of new housing in Mattapan, 34 of which will be affordable in perpetuity, and 4 of the units will be market rate housing. D&D and NHT awarded the project funding, but it was not invited into this year's DHCD funding round. This 24-month extension will allow D&D and the development team to continue to work with the community to move the project forward. It will also allow the developer an opportunity and time to prepare so he can submit to the DHCD funding round in February. This time will also allow, oh, I'm sorry about that. The following community, oh, do you want to look at the handouts now first? So there's the existing site. Again, it's vacant. Go to the next one. Oh, no, there's one missing. So that's an overview of the map. It's 2 very large sites. And the other one is just a photo of the vacant land there. Do you want to say anything?
Yes, I do. I would like to say something. So in the last couple of days, really for since Friday of last week, this had been a very good, robust community process with a lot of participation. This is the Rock Neighborhood Association, and they care greatly about their neighborhood. Part of the front-facing project is on Morton Street, is to be housing, and the back is to be the Steve Odom garden. So we really care about getting this right. Since Friday, we've heard from some of the neighbors that have been thinking long and hard about this parcel and would like some project amendments. So we are fully committed to working with them. So this vote was already on the agenda, and I think I think the team is the right team. We just now need to work with the neighborhood to hear their concerns. I think they want a more enlivened first floor space. They want to see more commercial along Morton. So we're going to start these meetings actually starting this afternoon. There's a community meeting Thursday night. So we won't bring the project back to you until we have community buy-in and we really feel like we've met everyone's concerns. I just wanted to come clean in case people are watching and they're saying, are you listening? We're very much listening to this.
Thank you. So, in conclusion, this project will create the following community benefits. It will create, as I indicated before, 38 units of new housing in Mattapan. It will revitalize 2 parcels of underutilized vacant land that have sit vacant for at least 20 years. The project is expected to create 67,300 and 703 construction hours. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, let me know.
Thank you for your presentation and for your transparency.
Yes.
I make a motion that we approve vote number 11.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote number 11 is approved.
Thank you.
Vote number 12 is presented by Kelly Shea. The vote request concerns a tentative developer designation and intent to sell to Neighborhood of Affordable Housing Incorporate. The property concerns vacant land located at 3 unnumbered parcels on Condor Street in East Boston. The purchase price in total is $300. Kelly, if you'd present your vote request.
Thank you. I'm here requesting Public Facilities Commission approval for a tentative designation of Neighborhood of Affordable Housing, or NOAH, for 3 unnumbered vacant parcels on Condor Street in East Boston. D&D conducted a public process that resulted in this vote. An RFP was advertised in May of 2017. Advertisements appeared in both the Boston Herald and the Central Register. The RFP was about 45 days long and was opened on July 31st. There were 4 proposals received. Out of the 4, there was Z Capital Investment, East Boston Community Development Corp., Penrose Properties, and Neighborhood of Affordable Housing. East Boston Community Development Corp. subsequently withdrew their proposal on October 3rd prior to the presentation at the community meeting. All 3 other eligible developers were invited to the community meeting to present their proposals on October 24th. Following that meeting, D&D held an additional comment period until November 15th of 2017. Based on significant community feedback and D&D's review of the eligible applications against the RFP evaluation criteria, we recommend the tentative designation of Neighborhood of Affordable Housing, Inc. NOAH's proposal includes 41 total units of housing, including 8 homeownership units and 33 rental units. Of the 8 homeownership units, 5 of those units will be affordable and 3 will be market rate. The affordable homeownership will be restricted and remain in affordability for 50 years. Of the 33 rental units, 24 of the units will be affordable. All will be restricted in perpetuity. 17 of those units will have an artist preference. I've included some handouts which show the parcels from above and existing site conditions. You can see this is a very early elevation of the site.
The next one's better.
Can you go to the next one, sir? It's a little dark, but you can kind of see the rendering along the streetscape there. Thank you. In summary, if PFC approves this vote request, it will result in the following benefits. The project will revitalize 3 parcels of underutilized vacant land in East Boston. The project will also expect to create 56,380 construction hours, which will generate jobs among the building trades. In addition, by returning these properties to the tax rolls, the city can expect to recoup an additional $47,633 in annual tax revenues. The vote for the package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
Very familiar with the site. It's great infill with all the housing on either side. It's been long vacant since Hess Oil shut down many years ago.
Many.
Thank you. I make a motion that we approve vote number 12.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Vote number 12 is approved. Vote number 13 is being presented by John Feuerbach. He's with the Department of Neighborhood Development. He's presenting in place of Tom Gannon, who's the development officer on the project. Vote number 13 concerns a request for a conveyance to TCB Clarion LLC. This is vacant land located at various parcels on Quincy Terrace, Blue Hill Avenue, Holborn Street, in Dorchester. The purchase price in total is $800. John, if you'd present the vote request, please.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. My name is John Feuerbach. I'm a Senior Development Officer in the Neighborhood Housing Development Division in D&D, and as Angela mentioned, I'm subbing here today for Tom Gannon, the Development Officer. I'm here requesting the Public Facilities Commission approval for the conveyance of TCB Clarion LLC for the 8 parcels that Angela identified in the vote package. As we outlined in the memo, and it's also outlined in the board vote, TCB Clarion LLC is a single-purpose entity that was created by the community builders. The community builders was the designee, but for the purposes of the conveyance, they've created a single-purpose entity. As background, D&D conducted an extensive community process. The community builders were the only applicant for a request for proposals that was issued on May 18th, 2011. And this was after we advertised the request for proposal in the State Central Register and the Boston Herald and the Metro. And prior to doing the conveyance vote, we had the city record ad that advertised the city's intent to sell. TCB presented their proposal at a community meeting, and then on August 9th, 2012, the Public Facilities Commission voted to do the developer designation and intent to sell. Since that, there was 5 subsequent extensions, the most recent being August 2017 and as it was disclosed in 2017, the reason why there was a number of the extensions was because the developer pursued additional matching funding from the State Department of Housing and Community Development. And unfortunately, they're not funded the first time. In some cases, they're not funded in the second time. I have good news to say today that they were funded in this last round, so that's why I'm here today for the conveyance vote. So the vote package includes a comprehensive memo and the PFC vote request. And we also have some handouts that are on the screen. The first and the second are perspectives and elevations from the site, looking down Blue Hill Ave, looking from Holborn Street, and also from Quincy. So this is the first slide. Second slide is another housing elevations from Blue Hill Avenue, Holborn Street, Quincy Street, and then looking down Quincy Street from the rear, looking at the parking lot. And then the third and final is a site plan that also shows some of the first floor space. In summary, if the Public Facilities Commission approves the conveyance request, there'll be a number of public benefits. First off is there will be 39 new units that will be created, of which 32 are affordable. Additionally, there will be 7 market rate units in the development. There will be new retail space that will be created along the Blue Hill Avenue corridor, totaling approximately 6,000 square feet. As anyone who's passed through the corridor knows, this is a very important intersection, Quincy and Blue Hill Avenue. So I think the sheer fact that we're be supporting development on this site is going to be a very important community benefit. There'll be 8 city parcels that will be conveyed here, so we'll get out from under the operating costs of that, which totals approximately $9,500 annually, and we'll also be looking at proposed taxes that will be accruing over time. So we're looking at in the neighborhood of $22,000. And then last but not least, the development is expected to create approximately 70,000 hours of construction hours. That's it for this vote. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Is there any community space in this development?
Yes, there's community space. If you look to the site plan to the right-hand side, where Blue Hill Avenue hits Quincy, there is going to be a community room there that filters out to a park that will be owned and maintained by the developer. You can see it's a peace sign right there, but the community space would be going right into that side door.
Oh, great, because I was looking for polling places, so. Gotta think ahead.
We want to add an addition to that, so.
Congratulations on this again. This project actually predated Cody Ford, so it's a pretty long road. But I make a motion that we approve vote number 13.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote number 13 is approved. Is
Thank you.
there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.